Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. I think I know who this is from, but I actually have to get into them to know for sure. Whatever this is, I will link it down in the description. It does help my channel and use those links, but that's entirely up to you. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. What do we have here? I'm hoping for a little bit of variety. I'm hoping for some, maybe some budget knives and some premium knives, but you know, we'll see. So yes, okay, it is from Ameight. I have not picked up a knife from Ameight for a while. They haven't sent me anything. So much knife information bouncing around my head. I believe the partner company is Huron, I believe. But they do budget knives and premium knives as well. So what do we have here? Hold on. This is the Prayer 2 Flipper F hiking pocket knife. That's just keywords for Google. I get it. I get why they do it. Everything has to be SEO nowadays. You have to use words that appeal to people who don't really know, right? I need a pocket knife for hiking. Yes, of course. You'll need to check our hiking department. But you know what I mean. Let's find out what we've got here. I think I remember this kind of, but I don't think the last one was a flipper. There was some different element here. So very straightforward. Ameight / Huron. These guys make really, really good pocket knives. Very generic and straightforward designs, but very utilitarian designs. So yes, newer people, this is a good brand. If you're unfamiliar with the knife industry, the knife world, who makes, you know, higher quality knives, there's lots of brands at this price point that make trash. In fact, I would say most brands at this price point make trash, and then there are some companies that are definitely putting a lot more effort in. So this is 14C28N, which is excellent, probably one of the best steels you can get. For what they almost certainly charge for this is going to be 45, 50, 55 bucks, something like that. G10, we have bearings, a flipper tab, nice opening hole there. Very straightforward, but a good knife, for sure. Probably not something that needs a full review. Most of you will be able to kind of get what you need from simply me just turning it over and giving you this, the general specs on it. And then this one here, we have... Just a moment. What do we have? Hopefully something different. Oh, it's also a player. Okay, that's fine. So this is going to be the same knife, but, and these will end up being giveaway knives, guys, for sure. You'll see these on live streams. So this is, I always prefer to go with this color, and I'll tell you a couple of reasons. Number one, I just like the white and black. I think it looks cool. Kind of gets that stormtrooper look there. But also, if you get tired of the white color, you can dye it. You can dye it, which is super duper easy, and it can be whatever color you want. So same thing here. As far as what the coating is, most likely PVD, even at this price. And PVD, I mean, like it's one of the better coatings out there for sure. It's not nearly what DLC is, but Ameight and Huron are known for PVD coating blades at this price point. So very good, very cool. You don't have to pick up a knife that's PVD coated. I mean, like they'll offer the same knife non-coated. 14C28N does not need a coating for additional corrosion resistance. It's already a stainless steel, but you know, sometimes people just like that extra boost, or they like how it looks, or they want some slight additional scratch resistant. PVD is not going to, you know, resist scratching nearly as well as like a DLC. But yeah, it's still plenty good. These are for a G10 knife, you know, that's got like the full steel liners. It might feel a little bit thicker than some people would expect at this size. I mean, this knife is going to be probably about 7.5 to 7 3/4 inches. It's not quite going to be 8 inches. So yeah, 7.5. So we're in medium knife territory. It's going to feel a little thicker than a lot of people might expect. So just keep that in mind. And then we have almost certainly a premium knife here, just given the different packaging. So yeah, all the packaging has changed since the last time they sent stuff. So these now have like cut into the side of that. It's like sort of blue and silver. Almost looks like an ad you'd see at a theater, you know, for like the sound, like whoever did the sound or whatever. And then we have this kind of these gold edges here, gold sides. This is the AME 006 BK2 Ameight knives folded, so it doesn't even, it's not going to tell us. We just have to find out for ourselves. These boxes. Boxes like this, it's either too tight, it's hard to get out of there, or they just fall. Hold on now. Hold on a second. What is this? It looks familiar. Put the sticker over the thing. There we go. So we have titanium. And this might actually be a DLC. Let's take a look at it. So we have textured titanium. We have a standard backspacer. We have a titanium pocket clip. No space for lefties. Hold on. Oh, yeah. So this is going to be DLC. That is cool. It almost makes me think of... This is a brand new model. It almost makes me think of the Geddon. You can tell the person designing this knife is the same, you know, it's the same person or team as Migron. The Geddon is a monstrously overbuilt knife. It's real cool, and they kind of make those for fun. But the profile of the Geddon is like a pretty straightforward, it's kind of a tactical looking profile, but it's also a pretty traditional, like modern knife profile. So taking that profile, which it's very straight handle, very straight blade, and thinning it up, and turning it into a, you know, more usable, more reasonable pocket knife, I think is essentially what we have here. This is actually super nice. So, is there subtle contouring? I think there is. Yep. Subtle contouring, that's really nice. Textured right here. We have the lock bar cutout. Plenty of access to the lock bar cutouts, cut slightly higher than the show side. We have a steel lock bar insert, which is wonderful. DLC coated M390, so this is satin finish, and then DLC coating on top. They definitely absolutely do real DLC. We've seen it many times and tested it here on this channel. So we have an initial hollow ground, it's a compound blade, initial hollow ground, and then we have out here towards the tip, flat ground, very, very thin behind the edge here, really roomy forward choil. I constantly complain, a lot of these companies have no idea how to properly size choils to accommodate for the, you know, the vast majority of people who are going to pick these knives up. If you're going to do a choil, do it. Do a full-size choil so that we can get, you know, I mean, like if your hands are like 2XL or 3XL, maybe then it'll still be a tight fit, but this is perfect. If you're going to combine it with a flipper tab especially, because a lot of these designs, the flipper tab actually makes the choil area less roomy, makes it more likely that you're going to run your finger up on the edge of the blade. Not this one. Plenty of room. This is a pretty big knife, I'm going to say. I'm just going to put it up against my Excalibur here to tell. Yeah, 8.5-inch knife. Actually really, really like that. I like that straight profile. It's really nice. So, plenty of access to this slot here on both sides so that you can easily reverse flick it. This might be my favorite out of all the stuff that's come out of Ameight. Which it's all pretty, like, you know, sculpted to be, have that, like, traditional utilitarian, like, modern knife profile. And then they just shave down edges or they change the blade shape and then it's a new model. And that's fine. As long, I mean, like, they're making high-quality products, but they're also, like, playing it safe with the design language. But out of everything that they have released, I think this is my favorite. There's not really anything here to complain about. And typically, I forget if Migron is 59 to 61 or 60 to 62 HRC on their M390. Either way, I'm okay with that. But their prices tend to be very, very competitive. So I would expect to see a pretty great price tag on this guy. I'll have the appropriate link for this down in the description. We're not doing the full review today, just an unboxing and first impressions. These two, probably don't need to do a review, but I am going to carry and use this guy and do a full review on it, so you can expect to see that down the road. Okay. Links for these in the description. That's going to be it today, guys. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.